Hey you guys, it's Moonlander back with another movie review. And today we're going to be looking at a movie that was made available on VOD not too long ago. And it's called The Domestics. Now this movie's $6.99 on Amazon, whether it's high definition or standard. Yeah, it's not cheap, but I will start this review off by saying it is worth it. So The Domestics is about a married couple that are going on a road trip through Wisconsin. And now this is not exactly a happily married couple. All throughout the first half of the movie, I mean, the wife's barely making it. And this guy's just struggling to push on. And before this outbreak, which the movie starts off with showing kids at school and these planes are flying over them dropping toxic weapons or something.
It started just like any other day. Then everything we thought we knew was gone.
But anyway, so all the people left survive, and now it's like 400 some days, I think, after everybody else died. It's survival of the fittest. They have various gangs in this movie.
Gamblers, sheets, plowboys, cherries, nailers, and us. The Domestics.
And they're all out for themselves, which basically means they're bad guys. You know, they want to rape and pillage, and they don't like each other. And I think there's at least 6 gangs in this movie. Now, you don't get to see nearly as much of some as you do others, but they're all there in a way. So before this all happened, this couple was going through a divorce, but with all that's going on, it just doesn't make sense to go your separate ways, because, geez. So anyway, they're going across Wisconsin so that they can be with the wife's parents. And he's doing this because obviously he wants this marriage to work, and he sees what condition she's in and wants her to, snap out of it a little. And as the movie progresses, she snaps out of it, and it's not because they actually reach their parents. It's because she has to adapt in order to survive. So the things I liked about The Domestics is, for starters, this movie, for the budget and resources they had, is outstanding. Is it outstanding compared to your top tier movies? No, but at the same time, for what they did here with this, whatever their budget was, they stayed realistic and still made a good movie. And that's what I like the best about this. Now, I didn't like the look of the 2 main characters from the poster. Like, the poster kept me from watching this movie, but I just rented it anyways, and I didn't even try to get my wife to watch it, which is a shame because it's actually really pretty good, and it's about this couple rebuilding their marriage through this post-apocalyptic world they find themselves in. So, and it all comes together very nicely. And by the end, I ended up actually liking and caring about these two, despite my presumptions. And I will have to say that this movie is over the top, but it manages to do it in a fun way where you're not thinking about it so much that you can't enjoy yourself. And one small thing that I noticed about this movie is, man, the variety of weaponry that's in this movie is astonishing to me. I mean, it literally has to be close to the record for the most various weapon types as far as handguns and rifles go. I mean, it's pretty crazy how many different guns you get to see in this movie. And not to mention, this movie does have a pretty high body count for, the movie that it is. And there was one person who gets shot toward the end of the movie, and just dust flies out everywhere he gets hit. And I love that. I can't think of any movies I've seen it in, but I have seen it. And I mean, I don't know if it's just the cap or whatever going off, and that's just what happens without blood or what, but it looks cool to me. And it's effective. And the actor was really good too. They're like, and there's dust flying from where they're getting hit. But anyway, I could go on and on about it. But yeah, so the action is pretty good in this movie. So the things I didn't like about The Domestics are minor things. Well, I will say that one gang they only show one member of that got captured by another gang. And it was really interesting to hear about that, and you wanted to see these. It was supposed to be a group of women that hated men, and all you see is one character from them. Then there was talk about a group of kids that were a gang, and they never show this except one small part toward the end. And they're brought up as they found a body that was stabbed from the chest below, but it was stabbed multiple times all over the body. And the reasoning behind the height of the stab wounds was that it was thought to be a gang of children. But you don't get to see them other than that small part. So that was disappointing. If they could make a sequel to this, I'd watch it for sure. But yeah, some things you wish were included. And then, now while I did like the level of respect for the art of over-the-top filmmaking and making it enjoyable, the only thing that really bugged me, and it wasn't that bad, is the masks that some of these guys wear. Like, there's supposedly no animals anywhere, and these guys are wearing like deer heads and stuff. And I mean, it could just be taxidermy, but that'd be better, probably a little more sanitary. But I don't know. I mean, how do they expect to aim while they're wearing that? I don't know. And then, like, one of the leader guys from one of the gangs is like wearing a metal armor thing that has all tiny holes all the way up and down. And I just can't imagine trying to engage in melee combat with that much hindrance on my vision. I mean, I'd go without the helmet. So, like I said, they're just minor things. The gangs aren't shown much, but they do include them in at least a small way. They put a lot of effort into this movie. So that leads me into my final thoughts on The Domestics. I was pleasantly surprised by this movie and shocked that I enjoyed it, because the trailer looks okay. The poster looks bad. And I mean, it's $6.99 to rent it, and I took a chance on it, and I'm glad I did. And while I really think this is a good movie, I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10, and I'm not gonna give it like a 10 or a 9 because it's not a perfect movie, and it does have flaws, but the amount of parts that shine are staggering to me for this level of budget. The actors, the writing, it's all very well done for what I can only imagine they were working with. And this director, this Mike P. Nelson, and I can't wait to see what he does next. And it's one of those guys you want to see get a certain level of mainstream success, but not too much. But yeah, and with that would come, better budgets, better actors. But yeah, so it's exciting to think what the possibilities are with this director. And he wrote it too. Alright, you guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.